Donnie and Dolly, the team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
Yeah, we want to make the most of the energy. I tell them the recipe for winning doesn't change. The games get bigger, but as far as how you go about winning doesn't change. So we're very much looking forward to it. I'm happy for our players. I'm also happy for the fans. I think our fans have been excellent this year. They've been loud at our games. They've helped us out. I know our players like playing in front of them. So I'm happy for the whole BC Lions, everybody involved, that we get to have a home game.
Rick, I know this isn't your department, but you must have an opinion on the way ticket sales have gone in a positive direction.
Well, I do have an opinion on that, which is if Calgary has to use silent count and it disrupts their offense, then I'm all for that. We had to use it last week in Winnipeg. That's part of home field advantage. So that's two parts for me. One is I know our players feed off the energy of the crowd. And then, like I said, the second part is if Calgary has trouble operating on offense and having to use silent counts and things like that, then that's a good thing.
We haven't heard that for a long, long time from the BC Lions, Rick. That's outstanding news about the crowd noise being a factor in favor of the home team. How important was it to get Nathan Rourke into that Winnipeg game?
It was big. It was another big step for us. He's had a road to recovery here. There was a path to get him back for the playoffs, and that was an important step, was to try to get him in a regular season game. And I think just getting in there and knowing that he can function, and even getting hit a couple times, he hasn't played football basically in a couple months. So I think it was a good step forward, and this is going to seem like a much more normal week. He's going to take all the reps in practice just like a normal starting quarterback would, and he knows going into the game that he's the guy, and I think that just helps the cause.
Hey, Rick, after the game, obviously you're the head coach, so you need to know right away how he's feeling, the foot and everything. He did mention in postgame that he might not feel great, the foot, the next day. How was he the next 48 hours after the game?
He's been pretty good. I think he would be referring to just maybe a little bit of soreness.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, is part of it comes from his foot was immobilized for several weeks. So part of it's not even the injury itself. Part of it is just his foot getting used to being active again. And it seems to calm down pretty quickly. We were in here today doing work, and he seems to feel pretty good. I think he just has to be smart about, use it for everything that he needs to do, but not overuse it. So, our doctors are optimistic. He's optimistic. And I think he's just getting used to getting back in the swing of things. And like I said, I hope it just feels more normal this week.
Rick, it is hard to remember a game where there are two evenly matched teams like this. Same record, 12-6, points for, points against, not much difference. It's going to be a heck of a game because these are two evenly matched teams, Rick.
It is. Calgary, they have a lot of continuity over there. They have players and a lot of coaches that have been around there for a long time, and they've always done a great job. And that's why what we're trying to build here is we're trying to build where we can win on a consistent basis. And I told those guys, we played them 3 times. We talked about all the tiebreakers this year with anybody in the West was going to be a big thing. And it turned out to be true this year that, winning those 2 games in Calgary is something our players can be extremely proud of. But as we all know now, that doesn't matter anymore. It gave us a home game, which is a big deal, but we're going to have to go out and play well on Sunday.
Rick, do you know for sure that Nathan Rourke is going to start?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Is Vernon Adams understanding of the situation?
He is. Yeah, I've been really impressed with Vernon's. This is my first time working with him. I obviously know who he is and all that stuff, but he was pretty aware when he came in is that the idea that Nathan came back, Nathan was going to be the guy. And but man, Vernon's, I think he's been 4-2 as our starter, done everything we've hoped, and he's been a great teammate. And no different today. We had some meetings and a walkthrough today, and no different for him. Of course, he's a competitive guy, and any football player would want to start and play, but he understands the circumstance. He understands what Nathan had done the first half of the year. And we feel fortunate to have Vernon here.
You had Nathan last year. Did you honestly expect your team to go 12-6 this season?
I wouldn't have put a number of wins on it, but I'm not surprised, and I'm not surprised by anything Nathan does. I've been pretty consistent in saying that, and he's been like that ever since he's been here. And I never can predict with Nathan. I'm never going to predict the stats or those type of things, but I know what he's going to bring to every game, and he's pretty consistent on how he goes about that. So we thought, I've been through this before in Ottawa. Last year our record wasn't what we hoped, but we lost these really close games that you can flip a 5-9 season to 9-5 by making a few more plays. And so we thought we had some good building blocks, and then through free agency and the draft, we thought if we could add a few people that it could swing some close games into our favor, and that's what happened. And so that's we're proud to be in building mode.
Rick, where are you health-wise? Are you going to be close to 100%?
We're looking pretty good. Lucky's the biggest concern. Lucky Whitehead. He's had a chronic ankle thing. He didn't. He kind of aggravates it as it goes. So he's working really hard, and I don't know the answer. I'd call him 50-50 right now. And but he keeps getting better every day. But the playoff games is we need guys in there that are 100%, and that with our roster size, we can't afford to lose guys early in the game. So he's going to keep working at it, and we still have a few days to go here, and we're hoping he comes around.
Brian Burnham says he's going to be ready for that game. What would his return mean to your team?
It'd be great, and I fully anticipate, unless something out of the blue happens in practice, you can expect Brian to start and play in the game. And again, another guy that we all see what he does on the field, but off the field, just the type of teammate and leader he is, and how he is in the locker room and the meeting rooms, and how he goes about his business. Definitely a leader, and we're excited to have him back.
I got to say, we've had you on this show a few times, Rick. This is as excited as I've seen you. You talk about making the most of the players' energy. How are you going to make the most of your energy on Sunday?
Well, I just appreciate it. I've been around enough to know all the hard work that goes in by everybody, not only in the previous off season, but it's been a long season, and this is part of the reward, is to take advantage of these moments and know that it's exciting for everybody involved. And we want to harness this energy that we got and make sure, like I said, it's one thing to want to win. It's another thing to want to prepare to win, and take the time to make sure we're getting ready this week, which I know our guys will, and so that we can put our best foot forward on Sunday.
Rick, my partner Rick and I go back with the Lions a long, long way, back to the Empire Stadium days, Murph Fernandez, Roy DeWalt, all of that, and BC Place. This is a great moment for the BC Lions. All the best on Sunday, and thanks so much for joining us.
Appreciate it. Looking forward to it.